Section 3 of Al-Ajurrumiieh, the Arabic text with the vowels and an English translation. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit librivox.org. Recording by Abdu'lláh. Al-Ajurrumiieh, the Arabic text with the vowels and an English translation by Abu Abdillah Muḥammad ibn Ajurrúm Al-Sinhaji, translated by James Perowne. Section 3, chapters 17 to 26. 17. Chapter on the infinitive. The infinitive of the noun in nasb, which occupies the third place in the conjugation of the verb, as ضرب, preterite, يضرب, aorist, ضربا, infinitive. And it is of two kinds, homonymous and synonymous. When it is of the same root as the verb, it is homonymous, as قتلته قتلا. When it has the same meaning as the verb, without being of the same root, it is synonymous, as جلست قعودا, etc. 8. Chapter on the adverbs of time and place. The adverb of time is a noun denoting time, placed in the accusative with the same meaning as if it were preceded by the preposition fi. Thus, اليوم, today, and the like. The adverb of place is a noun denoting locality, placed in the accusative, with the same meaning as if it were preceded by the preposition fi, as أمام, before, and the like. 19. Chapter on the word of circumstance. The word of circumstance is the noun in nasb, the accusative, which explains something that is uncertain as regards external circumstances. For example, جاء زيد راكبا, Zayd came riding, and the like. The word of circumstance is always indefinite, without the article, and stands only at the end of the sentence, but the word to which it belongs is always definite. 20. Chapter on the defining word. The defining word is the noun in nasb which explains something that is uncertain as regards the essence of a thing, as for instance, تصبب زيد عرقا, etc., etc. It is always indefinite and stands only at the end of a sentence. 21. Chapter on the exception. The particles of exception are 8, namely غير, إلا, etc. The word accepted by means of إلا is in nasb, when the sentence is affirmative and complete. Thus, قام القوم إلا زيدا. The people stood except Zayd. But when the sentence is negative and complete, it may have the permutative or the nasb, according to the rules of exception. Thus, ما قام أحد إلا زيد, or إلا زيدا. And if the sentence be defective, it, the thing accepted, depends upon the governing words, not upon the particle of exception. As for instance, ما قام إلا زيد, there stood not anyone but Zayd. I beat not anyone but Zayd, etc. The sentences are elliptical, the words in brackets not being expressed. The word accepted by غير, siwa and suwa, is always in خفض, and the word accepted by خلا, عدا, and حاشا may stand either in خفض or in nasb, as قام القوم خلا زيدا, or زيد, etc. 22. Chapter on the negation لا. Know that the negation لا nasbates the indefinite word without tanween, when it immediately precedes an indefinite word, and the negation لا is not repeated, as لا رجل في الدار, literally non est virum in domo. When it does not immediately precede the indefinite word, it must be followed by the nominative and tanween, and the negation la must be repeated, as non est in domo vir neque femina. When it is repeated, it may or may not exercise its influence. لا رجل في الدار ولا امرأة. Or, if one will, one may say لا رجل
and
لا امرأة. 23. Chapter on the vocative. The vocative is of 5 kinds: the vocative of the simple proper name, of the indefinite word in a special sense, of the indefinite word in a not special sense, of the word which has another depending upon it, and of the word assimilated to such a word. As regards the simple proper name and the indefinite word used in a special sense, they are always formed with dhamma without tanween, as ya rajulu, ya zaid. As to the other 3 kinds, they are always in nasb. 24. Chapter on the object on account of which. This is the noun in nasb which one employs to show the reason why the action takes place, as qama zaydun ijlalan li amrin, etc. 25. Chapter on the object wherewith. This is the noun in nasb which one employs to denote the object with which the action is done, as جاء الأمير والجيش, the Emir came with his army, etc. As regards the predicate dependent on kana and the analogous verbs, and the noun governed by inna and the analogous particles, both have been already mentioned in the chapter on the nouns in raf'.
the word in apposition is similar,
and has also been mentioned in the same place. 26. Chapter on the nouns in khafd. The nouns khafdated, that is, placed in the genitive, are of 3 classes. A noun may be in khafd either as governed by a particle, or as being in construction with another noun, or as being in apposition with another word in khafd. As regards the word in khafd governed by a particle, this takes place after the particles min, ila, an, ala, fi, rubba, ba, kaf, lam, and the particles of adjuration, namely waw, ba, ta, and waw in the meaning of rubba, and also with mudh and mundhu. As regards the word put in khafd in construction with another noun, we have an instance in such an expression as
غلام زيد,
the slave of Zayd. This, however, is of 2 kinds. It is either equivalent to the relation expressed by the particle lam, as in the preceding example, or it is equivalent to that expressed by the particle min, as thawbu khaz, a garment made of silk, etc., etc. End of section 3. Recording by Abu Jalal, recorded in Oxford, England.